What's my reaction?
What's your reaction?
Face keyboard. Here we go.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
What's up, YouTube? This is Takadaroba back again, and welcome back to the Grindstone. Hey, howdy. I use your intro as a meme. Anyway.
I kind of like that, though.
Do you?
Especially because I have trouble enjoying the
Do you want my bubbles?
I don't know. They're always very obscure, intrusive.
Obscure, Colin.
I will use the opportunity to give myself buffs, though.
Anyway, welcome back to...
use up the rest of the amp today, because last week when you saw us, we used our amps to... and that was with an H. To our amps.
Our amps.
Did you say amps?
Yeah.
Amps.
That reminds me of a video where it's like, that's
if you're happy and you know it, clamp your hams.
Sorry?
There was a picture of someone that has this massive metal clamp, and it's just attached to a giant, thick piece of ham. And it says, if you're happy and you know it, clamp your hams. Anyway,
that reminded me of a video that was like, that's Colin spelled with a B, and the guy was like, dude, where?
Isn't it obvious, though?
Or something, I don't... Isn't it obvious?
Maybe you just have to be named Colin to understand where it goes.
Yeah, Coblin.
Cobbling. Peach cobbling instead of cobbler.
I need fan art, go.
I need to get my tablet out. As much as I've been enjoying drawing lately, it hasn't been on a tablet, unfortunately.
That's true. My shirt design
it's actually probably, fortunately, physical pieces of paper.
That's good, especially if you keep it in like a notebook that is you can pull it out when you're 70 and be like, I remember when I created this series and now I'm a millionaire.
And now I'm poor and I have to eat it.
You can show it to your children and just be like, I'm going to sing you a song from when I was little.
Future Colin, if you're not busy with not those toes, probably the S. Go find Squidward being like, what happened to your art? I had to eat it.
I'm about to try to sing a song from my childhood as an old man. Hello. Or she ate it.
I knew it.
It was either that or Sisi Dias and Vida den Jaeger.
You're right. I was going to say it's either always that one or the Attack on Titan one, and you did them both.
Sing me a bedtime song.
Sisi Dias and the Wheels and the Jaeger. I like how they're announcing a new season, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember when I was so excited for the next new season to come out to finish off the cliffhanger. It came out, and then I didn't watch it. Now there's like another season coming out, and it's like, I guess I watch the other one.
I remember back in my day when I was ready to sacrifice virgin blood for season 2 of Attack on Titan, and then I never watched it.
And now I wouldn't even pay hardly anything for it. Yeah. They took too long, kind of like they're gonna do with One Punch Man, like.
And also Tokyo Ghoul season 3, which is out now, by the way, but I just haven't watched it. I just have it open in the dusty old tab.
Hide's not in it, so you know.
Who? I'm sorry, I said who, and then I got sad. Oh my god, did you say Hide?
I said Hide.
Okay, you said Hide. I mixed it with like Hide and freaking Haida from Agretsuko.
I was gonna say, like, unless you're watching the English version where his name is Hyde.
Hyde. Hyde.
So I'd be more okay with English dubs if they could just get some names or words right. Still remember to Gray Man how the enemy monsters are called Akumas, which is literally just the Japanese word for monster or demon. Oh. And then you go to the English one, which was forced upon me by Netflix because I didn't want to hear the English one, but it just sometimes randomly switched to English. And I just hear a guy running like, oh no, it's the Akuma. And it's just like, no, just either call it Akuma and just let English people figure it out, or just call them demons.
Do you think English people are gonna figure anything out?
I live in America, and I work at Walmart.
The two. You've activated my trap card.
If you could see my face right now, it's like almost Vietnam flashback kind of face.
Vietnam. You're just like...
If they could figure anything out, like when they walk up to the self-checkout, the light is on.
Do a flashback,
green.
and instead of like...
The screen is on, and it says, please scan your first item. They walk up to it, look at it for a minute, call me over, and be like, is this thing working?
You have like a Vietnam PTSD flashback. Instead of gunshots, you just hear like, instead of... It's just
all those little Walmart beeps from the registers, and then like the self-checkout like error noise, and please place item in the bagging area, and like screaming child off in the distance. Someone getting upset at customer service because we can't sell quarters off of their EBT card or something stupid like that.
Someone's mom forcing their kid to sing God's hymn in front of everyone. The hymn of God. Or what do you do?
I can't say that I don't have someone who sings at my Walmart almost every other day. It's like very loud, like an opera singer.
Okay? An opera singer?
At people's children, and it makes them all feel very uncomfortable.
Wait, what?
And then I have to come by on the side and be like, he does this all the time, it's alright.
It's okay. He's not mentally handicapped. You just like use the nicest word that you can. He's not mentally hindered.
My syndrome is down, but my hopes are up.
Oh my god! Do you remember the one episode where you're like, it's me, your nemesis, Down syndrome? No, stop. This content
I don't know
is not
enough
suitable
about
for
it
most
to make fun of
advertisers.
it. I won't. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's funny. I want to see The Incredibles 2. Make it happen.
Yeah, is that out yet or
June
not
15th.
yet?
Remember when we went and saw the SpongeBob movie in theaters, like, together?
No.
I do. I do. Flashback begins.
I think I remember thinking it's really weird that half of that movie was like pirates in a movie theater, and like being in a movie theater watching people in a movie theater watching a movie.
What kind of Deception is in?
Deception is in.
The Deception is in. It sounds like a dumb advertisement. Come on down. Deception is in. This just in. Deception.
Thanks, auto loans and foot massage. I don't remember what it is. I just remember it ends in foot massage.
Wasn't it like grilled chicken and foot massage or something?
I think so, yeah.
But
because I do remember chicken soup, and I didn't remember why.
Welcome to Betty's Barbecue and Foot Massage. Just come on down to your mall. We're in suite number 1092A. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. I'm like trying to think of funny things, and then I think of something funny, but it's like too obscure to explain. And I don't know. I mean, hey.
I think I was going to explain just the stupid thing at Walmart about someone coming up to the customer service says, "Can I buy quarters off of you?" It's like, why do you come into Walmart expecting this? Why do so many people come into Walmart expecting this? We don't even have rolls of quarters. Like, they just have a machine that they just plug the drawer into it, and it just dispenses money. And you have to have a manager to do it, so they don't want us just handing out quarters so that they have to do that all the time.
Can I
but anyway,
money?
we try to explain to them, like, no, we don't usually allow people to buy quarters, especially not $10. Like, if you're lucky, we might be able to give you like $2 or $3, but that's if a manager's nearby. And in this case, luckily, a manager was nearby, so we call him over. I sit there, pull out like $5 in quarters because I had kind of a lot of them. And I say, like, okay, do you have like a 5 or a 20 or something? And he just holds up like an EBT card, and he's like, can you like get it off of here? It's like,
no.
Do you think I have a button on my register that's just like, convert food to quarter?
And then used to buy cigarette.
Used to buy drugs outside.
Oh my god.
You mean I can't do a money transfer with my credit card? Why? But it's there. It's like, well, it's not. It's credit. And you could just send credit to yourself, pull it out as money, and buy whatever you want with it.
Boy, I am so glad.
I won't do that. The machine still won't let me.
I am so glad that I have never seen anyone with an EBT card before.
I mean, you've seen me. Oh, you mean in your store? I thought you just meant like
no,
in general.
hold on. You've activated my trap card. my
In
brain,
general.
the cogs are turning. Hold on. You've seen me.
Granted, mine's been inactive for almost a year now, but
What? What does that mean?
you have to like renew it every 6 months.
Oh my god. I remember
And
some dude.
It's the process.
You know
That's
what?
Why I did
Maybe I have seen one because I remember some dude complaining that he was a manager and that he had to go
couldn't buy a
stand
sandwich.
for 6 days on his day off to go get freaking free money, and he was complaining about it, and like in the middle of complaining that he had to go stand for a long time to get his EBT charge or card charged, he pulled out an iPhone 10. I'm like, you are the reason I hate my country.
Yeah. It's amazing how if you do get approved for it, like how much they give you, because it really kind of is more than it needs to be.
Is it really? Why? That's encouraging laziness. That makes me angry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get angry. It's happening. I can feel it. The rage is burning. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. Like there are right ways to use it, and then there's wrong ways to use it,
And
and you
then
can
there's
imagine
drugs.
what most people do.
Sniff cocaine off the card. Can you scan my EBT? Sure, I can.
Yeah. Beep.
Freaking beep. Oh my god. I'm gonna lose it. Oh, I'm gonna choke too. Man, I wish I brought something to drink today. I don't have a... It's okay, Colin.
Oh,
I'm a
mind just letting mine get warm?
ventriloquist. Freaking,
You're what?
You open a can and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sad, but it's okay. I'm a ventriloquist. Yes, a refreshing drink.
So
Do you know what ventriloquist means?
Isn't that someone who
Someone-
talks with a puppet?
There goes my cogs
Is
again.
is the can the puppet?
Just cut to a guy, hello, with a can of soda. He's like, watch, I'm gonna speak as this can while I'm drinking. No, my brain!
Dr. Pepper.
Oh my god.
I like how I keep seeing advertisements in GTA as I'm driving around at like 200 miles an hour. Just enjoy a nice sprunk.
Sprunk. And meanwhile, in Rooster Teeth, that means when you hit someone and mess them up during a race, you are in the act of sprunking them.
Oh.
And that is my favorite thing ever.
So why am I not hitting these monsters?
Why are you not hitting these monsters?
Like,
Erectile dysfunction.
whoa. Insert the monster's dying noise. Well, I guess not for dysfunction, but
In function. Oh my god, I can't. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just want to take things like way too freaking far and see if it works. That one kind of fell
it's really
flat
funny.
a little bit.
there
But do you,
today in the break room, the other
Sorry.
Colin also said like, you know, there's a word I've been using for like years now that I didn't know the meaning of, and it's paradigm. And he tried to give an example, even though I already knew what it meant. He's like, so like an example of a paradigm shift is like, oh, my dad used to always pick me up at 11, but instead today, and I just cut him off right there and said, you realize he wasn't your dad.
Whoa!
He was going to say
Whoa!
like, but today I picked him up at 3, and it's like, that's a really bad
And then you
example of
realize
a
he
paradigm
wasn't your
shift.
dad. That's
I
funny.
kind of told him that, like, my high school principal, like, that was one of their favorite things to talk about was paradigms, and we had to write essays on paradigm shifts and things like that.
Meanwhile,
And
what
her-
oh,
Go ahead.
Go on. Okay. Meanwhile, what I'm thinking of is the moment from Grindstone Season 1 where you're like, what noise did those tanukis make? And my brain was like, make the loudest and most obnoxious noise you possibly can at this very moment. And it came out as like, ah! Or something.
Because I am one of the original Iabatians.
Same.
None of this like-head stuff. I'm just kidding.
I don't like in it.
I forgot that we're not on like-head. We're on Tanuki.
Yeah.
What noises did those things make? They were adorable.
No.
Whoa. Oh. Oh.
Brandon,
Which is
if
just the
you can
best there.
find that, please.
Yeah.
It was when you
And
were
then
flying
just
over Dark and
message
3,
me
I
in
know.
Messenger what episode so I can go get it too.
Okay. It was like while I was sick too, so the noise was like even more distorted. Anyway, go on, your teacher.
Their example of a paradigm shift, which was one of my favorites, was like this woman who was getting onto a plane, and to make sure she had like some snacks or something, she bought this little pack of cookies to bring on the plane with her. And so she gets on the plane, sits down next to this other guy, and the cookies are like out in between them, and she kind of reaches in and gets one, and then he kind of gives her this weird look and reaches in and grabs one too, and she thinks like, what, like, why is this guy grabbing my cookies? This is kind of
Why are you
weird.
grabbing my cookies, man?
And so she kind of like gives him this angry face and reaches and grabs another one, just kind of like eats it in front of him, and then like he picks out another one and like kind of casually eats it, but with a worried look. And it kind of goes back and forth for a little bit, and she's getting angrier and angrier. Like, how come this guy isn't even asking for him, but he's just taking? It's not fair. And then like the flight ends, they go their separate ways, and she opens up her backpack and finds her unopened bag of cookies.
Wait. Hold on.
That is a paradigm shift.
Wait.
That sudden realization, like, whoa, hey, hold on, this situation was not what I thought it was.
So, you reminded me of a specific joke, and I looked it up while you were telling your story. So, would you like for me to just read it to you?
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, I hope you haven't heard this, and if you have, just stop me, because it's long. 3 guys are walking next to some mud and find some bricks. They want to see who can throw the brick the highest.
Yes, I've heard this.
Okay.
Didn't Rooster Teeth do a
Yes,
an
that's where
animated
it came
adventure
from.
on it?
That's where it came from. In that case, let me find you a different joke that's like 3 times as long and funnier.
Wasn't it like, how did the bird break open the front window and just like,
or
it was
no,
it
it's
was
like
brick.
he threw the bird out the window, and then the passenger threw the pilot's cigar out the window. And when he got back to the cabin, he looked outside, and there was the bird. And guess what he was holding in his mouth? And everyone's like, the cigarette? And he's like, no, the brick. Goodbye, everyone.
I like jokes like that where they tell part of a joke, and while you're trying to figure it out, they just change the subject and go on to something else and
Yeah.
make you forget about it.
Okay, I'm sorry for everyone on my flight screen, but I'm about to stand still for a very long time. Again, if you have heard this, stop me, please. It's so long. This is one of those amazing lead-ups to just something. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So, in my calculus class last year in math, there were these 2 Chinese twins, Ving and Ling. Ving was always super cool with me. In exchange for answers, he was super smart, I would hang out with him and be his friend and stuff. After I cheated off of him and studied with him, though, I did get to be his friend, and we got very close. His sister Ling was always very uptight about school, and she made sure to study. She got stressed about a B, etc. One day, I was hanging out with Ving, and we started talking about names. He went off on this huge rant about how he hated his, and how he wanted to change it into something more Asian American, like Lee. I told him that the courthouse downtown had a form where you could fill out to legally change his name. He told me, I always give you answers. I'm just going to read that. I always give you answers. If you could drive me down to the courthouse this one time, I will never forget you. I just hate this godforsaken Chinese name, and I want to get rid of it forever. He seemed pretty adamant about it, so I decided the best decision would be to take him. We walked out to my car, and right as I put my keys in the ignition, Ling came running out and tapped on the car door like a madman. I rolled it down, and she started freaking out about how Ving's name had been passed down through generations and generations. But Ving didn't care. He just wanted to go down to the courthouse and get it over with. Ling figured that coming with would be the best idea, so if anything else came up she would be needed for, she would be there for Ving. Honestly, I felt stuck in the middle of a family feud, so I just took her along. When we got to the courthouse, Ving confidently walked up to the front desk and asked the receptionist if he could change his name. She gave him a little packet of paper and told him to sit down. Ling and I waited patiently while Ving filled out his info. I was watching him fill it out, and I noticed he really did want to change his name to Lee. Before he finished, though, he started tearing up. He told me he couldn't change his name. He asked the lady at the front that he couldn't do it, and she told him that he would need $20 to cancel the request. Ling was so relieved and happy that he changed his mind. Ling was so relieved and happy that he changed his mind. She dug through her purse, found the money, and started to hand it to the receptionist. It was at this moment that the most stereotypical Asian man burst through the doors. He was wearing a Hawaiian shirt, a visor, American flag shorts, flip-flops, everything. This little guy was decked out. When Ving and his old man saw each other, they both started bawling and embraced each other. Out of his tears, Ving said, "Dad, I love my name. I want to be Ving forever, and I'm going to name my kids Ving, and they're going to have their kids Ving." And the old man said, "Don't stop. Believing. Hold on to that fee, Ling."
Don't stop
believing. Hold on to that feeling.
I wish, like, I don't know if there is a name for those kind of jokes where, like,
lizard on a chair.
I feel like, kind of, yeah. I'm trying to remember where I've seen them before. I think I usually see them in, like, a comic in the newspaper called Pearls Before Swine. They do stuff like that kind of often, and they're one of the best, where they just put up this weird situation, and you're just like, okay, where is this going? And then they just say it at the end, and it just hits you like a.
Oh.
Let me open up the window here. A 2008 Dodge Durango.
A 2008 Dodge Durango.
Had to open up the guild menu to remember what it was.
Best part about that entire joke is that it was on the Destiny forums.
That's weird.
Yeah. That's weird. I think Breyer liked that joke a lot, and that's where he found it or something. I don't know. But anyway, there's our joke for the episode.
Good,
yeah. I feel like it derailed any conversation that could have happened by telling a 5-minute joke. But, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the amps have about 6 minutes left, so we're just about ready to wrap up again.
Mine don't, but I'm going by your amps, so yes. Mine have like 11.
Oh,
and I made it to
you
18.
started training before me.
Oh yeah, I had some left over for like 5 minutes, and then I used.
Did you
more.
also notice the patch? The patcher saying that now if you die with amps, they don't disappear. It's like, how come that wasn't implemented?
What an amazing
long
feature!
ago?
Now that I've hit level 200.
Yeah, out of all those times that I lost the good amps because of just me trying to do something stupid, being like, can I actually AoE these things? And
oh, I thought you were gonna say you died here, and I was gonna get angry at you.
no.
I was gonna be like, these things hit 10 million or 10,000, and I have like 3 million hit points. Or actually, I don't. I restarted to strength for this just for faster kills, but you know.
Yeah, I'm restarted to strength again, and I'd tell you what I hit, but if I'd hit them 1v1, I'd just kill them in one shot.
Yeah.
And I don't think strength applies to my skill damage, so AoE's just kind of is what it is.
Nah.
Because when I was full stamina and full strength, I'm hitting the same with this AoE.
True. And funny thing here, allow me to transcend episodes. Remember when I experienced tranquility? I'm just kidding. Zenyatta's ultimate is called Transcendence, and when he uses it, he says experience tranquility. It's high. He also has...
Your Facebook picture is still that.
Yes, it is. I love it. I freaking love it. He also has a skin that makes him look like he's a lifeguard, and he says, "It's high tide." And instead of a...
Experience high tide.
Oh! And instead of a tumbleweed coming out in front of him, a beach ball is what happens. And his gun looks like a flare gun, so honestly, it's kind of cool. But, you know, you would not
they
believe...
put that much thought into it.
You would not believe how far they go with these skins. Believing. Anyway, so about the Destiny One Life series, I am getting art ordered of that.
Ooh,
so like
I need
it's in
some myself, but
okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if this would be allowed, but if you join the just straight up full caps group on Facebook, you probably don't want to do this. Just furry. There is so much. There's like 15,000 people in that group. And they all just talk about art and things going on and commissions post.
Is a group like different than a page, or?
Yes, a group is a group of people where anyone can post in there.
Oh.
So if you made a post saying, probably say not furry related, and then say this is my concept.
Like,
people would leave
If
comments.
I even brought up the idea of drawing a human.
No. When I made my post about the Destiny picture, someone showed me human art. That was pretty cool. Honestly,
they're like, yeah, I'm game for this, but I have one condition. And you're like, what is it?
It has to have a snout.
Can I add cat ears?
Oh god.
Can I have a fuzzy tail?
I'll deduct $5. ASMR salesman, go.
Yeah, there you go. You ask him to.
No. I said go. Do it.
What?
No, I said ASMR salesman, go. Now do it.
Hello. Can I interest you in upgrading to our premium purchase plan? It will upgrade the value of your money and the time you spend with us.
I don't know. I'm just.
May I interest you in the product care plan for $2 for 2 years? Oh, what was the one I used to have to try and sell? May I interest you in our new surge protector plan?
Surge protector? I want to answer the drive-thru at my work like that now because like I have the same spiel that I say every time, so I just want to turn it on mic next to my mouth and be like, "Hello, how are you doing today?" And then they say, "Good." I'm like, "That's good to hear. What can I get started for you?"
People want me to answer the phone at my Walmart as Herbert the Pervert, and it's like,
oh,
there are reasons why I can't, but I can see why that would be funny.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Hello.
So,
thank you for calling. You're made in the Walmart market.
someone answered a drive-thru once. Is that one
that was
wheelchair
a really bad
guy
example.
from Family Guy?
I promise I can do better.
Okay, but yeah, someone answered it as the wheelchair guy from Family Guy. It was like,
Joe Swanson.
"Hey, how you doing today?" Or whatever. I can't do it. But
Hey,
it was,
Peter.
Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter. That's the only thing I can do.
Usually
Someone
when they
else.
want me to do the Herbert voice, I do the,
Now, we can all settle just like reasonable
Why
teenagers.
can you do the whistle? That's the one thing I can't do.
Whoever can swallow the most time, no PM wins.
I don't know how I was trying to work this
Like
into a
this
joke, but
paper boy.
shut up, you old perv. And just,
We got a fighter.
Jesus.
sometimes the whistle works better, and it's really
Yeah.
great when it works out well.
I was trying to figure out how to work this into a joke, but there's, I guess you could call it a meme, but it's like a fandom transcended thing, where it's just like, "Hello, how are you today?"
Oh,
Oh,
Mr. Obama.
what's this? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mr. Obama, please, I don't want to die. Why, Mr. Obama, please.
anything for you.
It's like, please, Mr. Obama, I'll do anything. Anything. Anything
perish.
for you, Mr. Obama. Then perish. I love that video so much. They made a second one where it's just that same like animal looking dude in the dark. He's like, "Hello, it's really dark in here," and then you hear like, poof, and he's like, "Oh, what was that noise?" And it pans over to a guy with the gun. He's like, "Sorry, I missed," and he reloads. And that's just the end. Oh my
This
god.
sounds like your typical creepy pasta.
This sounds like your typical creepypasta.
Unfortunately,
look
that was
under-
not the end of.
Unfortunately,
So how
Jeff
did
the
I just
Killer.
die?
You died. You died. You did.
Like,
I don't
I was
believe
doing
it.
just
Prove me
fine.
wrong. Prove
I
me
had
wrong.
like
Where
3
you
on
at?
me. I lagged and I was on the floor, and I have a foot cramp. Just
I can't-
to
there
wrap
you are.
up the episode.
Okay. I guess we can wrap up with the depression of sadness. I was gonna res you. I walked all the way here, and then you.
I had a
frickin-
feeling.
You frickin' Michael Jacksoned off the floor. All right. So I guess that's the end. Use the command change color. I've unlocked a new name color. What?
Whoa.
Wait.
I mean, it gives me that message sometimes,
Change.
but
That's a lot of things that just came up on my screen. Whoa, GH. Allow me to spell that all over again. Okay. / change color. Would you mind getting this little thing off my back? Oh, sky
what's that?
blue.
Here.
You earned the sky blue name color by reaching level 200. Let's try it.
oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh, look at that. That's a nice
Hey, that
color.
looks nice. Yeah.
That's like Kay's eyes color. Die, please. Okay, so how do I get to that
I'm still
menu
sad
again?
that the name wasn't Kaze.
Why? That sounds
Like,
anime.
like we went months without me making that connection because I just never heard you say it out loud.
Really?
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
And then you pointed out that in one of my episodes I said it that way, and then you're like, you know, it's just not right, right?
Yeah, it just keeps it simpler. Case. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. You hit 196, I hit 200, and I got to 22%. Keep those amps, use them greatly, and hopefully next week.
Yeah, that'll definitely help.
Yeah, hopefully next week we will be taking on one of the level 200 dungeons.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah! So I hope you guys enjoyed this little 2-week set of podcast Grindstone. Goodbye, everyone.
See you all in therapy.